Welcome to Vegas Revealed, episode 44.
We talk with two of the cast members of a new show kicking off for the holidays at the Venetian. It's called This Is Christmas, and we get some exclusive details.
Plus, the Fox show Hell's Kitchen is coming back to television, and this season, well, things are heating up in Las Vegas. It's all coming up on Vegas Revealed.
Thanks to our sponsor, Steep Echo, olive leaf tea made from the orchards of Santa Barbara. It is delicious. We have a special code for you to use for 10% off your entire order coming up.
Let's go to Vegas, baby. Let's go tonight.
Right now.
Let's go to Vegas. We'll stay up all night.
Up in the
Let's go to Vegas.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vegas Revealed, episode 44. We're getting closer to my age. I'm Dayna Roselli, here with Sean McAllister.
And here in my head, I was thinking we're getting closer to 50, but I know that you're not 50, Dayna.
Not yet, 45. But yeah, it is Thanksgiving week here in Las Vegas. We're recording, just on the weekend here, but next week, and when you might be listening to this, is Thanksgiving, and we hope that you have your plans set, because we know it's a different Thanksgiving for everyone, especially, including, I should say, here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think people have probably had a lot of conversations with family, with friends about scaled back festivities for Thanksgiving this year. You see it all across the news, whether you watch it on TV or you get your news online or in the newspaper. Everybody is just urging for really no gatherings, like just have turkey with the people who live in your house. And
well, I live alone. What am I supposed to do, Sean?
I guess
the turkey by
pot
myself.
pie. I don't know.
A pot pie. Yeah, really. That's that's more economical anyway, right?
I guess.
Some of the, it is. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of a laugh, and the memes going around about this year's Thanksgiving are cracking me up. The first one was that the one that I really love is the police at the door, and they're knocking and they're saying, we know you bought a turkey that feeds 12 to 15.
Well, because that's a real thing in some states. Like our both of us have family members who live back in upstate New York, and the governor of New York has said that he's going to want to send law enforcement around if it looks like there's a gathering happening on Thanksgiving. Now, a lot of county sheriff's departments have said, we're not going to waste resources to go knocking on doors on Thanksgiving. Just please don't have big gatherings, which is what everybody is urging at this point.
Right. And, I think I was reading in Los Angeles, or maybe it's the state of California, they have like a tip line. So you can call in on your neighbor.
So is this like the same? Is it like the Butterball tip line?
I don't know.
Like where you call for help with your turkey, except this time maybe you can call for help with your turkey and turn your neighbor in at the same time.
Or you could knock on the doors and say, hey, I know you've got 6 people in there or more than 10, right? So I won't call the tip line unless
if you pass me a plate.
Or pass me a plate or 2 bottles of wine or something. You could really up the ante.
Ooh, this is a good idea. Thanksgiving just got interesting.
I know, and we're laughing about it, but it is a serious situation. Obviously, we all know that. But at this point, we're going on close to a year with this.
You're either going to laugh about it or you're going to cry about it.
Yeah.
And laughing is...
Yeah.
It won't ruin your makeup, right?
Right, exactly. Although we aren't putting on much makeup these days either. So that's where we're at. Our governor is recovering from COVID. He said some fatigue. He had some sinus issues. But other than that, he put out a tweet the other day saying he's doing okay. But there's a big call to be made. And, it could be made during this week, Thanksgiving week, where the governor asked for this, favor in a way for everyone to stay home as much as possible, and he did send out a tweet this week saying, well, the numbers haven't really gone down, so I gotta make some decisions here. So at this time, we don't know what those are.
Yeah, it was kind of a voluntary stay-at-home order, a stay-at-home request, I guess is what you could call it. But, Las Vegas has kind of been pretty much business as usual. I haven't seen a lot of people staying home. We've had to be out and about for work reasons, which is really the only reasons that we've been out. And it's looked like it's been busy. We've been in very controlled environments when we've gone outside of the home and outside of our office here, but I really don't feel like there is a drastic attempt being made to really stay at home.
No, and when we go out, we go in we're like in for the reason we're there, and then we're out, right? You know, I mean, we don't linger, but on the way, like the other day when we did go to the Venetian, you're walking and you're passing a bunch of things. I think you came right from a different, the Venetian parking garage. I went to the Palazzo, so I had a little bit of a longer walk.
Right.
And just passing things. I mean, first of all, it was for the most part pretty empty. However, I passed a big old poker tournament going on. The guy was on the mic and everyone was getting the rules. And, I mean, they have it seemed very organized and distanced and everything. But I mean, people are
Well, hey, this is the time of year that casino players come in to get those Christmas presents. You got to play in the tournament in order to, go through the festival of presents that those casinos throw out.
I did feel like it was weird. I felt like, okay, this is going to be really, but I felt like it was like, I was walking down a street in New York City and all the construction workers turn when you walk by. Because I walked by this poker tournament and everyone had masks on, but it was like all men. And for the most part, the casino was empty. So I was the only one walking by. And all of a sudden I could see all these eyes shift toward looking at me. And I'm like, why is everyone staring at me? But I think they were more like, oh, there's a person.
Is that how you're justifying it?
Justifying, but it was the funniest moment because I was like, that's what it felt like. It was so weird. But yeah, it was a lot of men playing some poker and
all that I imagine when you say that is like remember in like the Scooby-Doo cartoons when like all the lights would go out and then all the evil sinister eyes, like when they were in a cave, all you would see are like the evil eyes that are just peering around.
Yes, I totally remember that. That's kind of what it was like. I'm like, I have no idea what any of these people look like, but I was like, he looks kind of cute. Anyway, that was my
from the bridge of the nose up.
Yeah. So anyway, lots of experiences. We're going to talk about this a little bit later at the end of the show in our tips segment because we do have a bunch of things to get to. And, we talk about staying home, but there are a lot of shows that have come back already here in Las Vegas, but some new ones coming to the stage, announcements that they're coming back in December. We've got a holiday show to talk about as well. First, though, we want to talk Hell's Kitchen, which is coming to your TV in January, we found out. Is it January 7th?
January 7th. Hell's Kitchen is coming back to Fox. And, of course, Hell's Kitchen is the cooking competition series that stars famed chef Gordon Ramsay with a very fiery personality.
Yes.
And Las Vegas is home to the first ever Hell's Kitchen restaurant. Mm-hmm. The one that people can actually go and eat at. And season 19, which is going to debut on January 7th, is the first season of the television show that's going to be entirely based right here in Las Vegas.
Oh my gosh. And it's going to be great because I know so many people are looking forward to this. I mean, people around, like when you talk about, it being a destination point or saying it's the only one, my friend, has triplets. They turned 21 and they're coming from upstate New York. That was where they wanted to go. I mean, they were selfieing it, pictures in front of the signs. I'm like, what is the big deal? For us, like we live here, there's a Hell's Kitchen, but for people around the world, it is like a major tourist attraction.
Well, it's been, almost 20 years that Hell's Kitchen has been on the air here in the United States as a TV show. And the show is still incredibly popular and it has such a huge fan base. Gordon Ramsay has a huge fan base. And so for people to now be able to go into a physical restaurant and have that Hell's Kitchen experience, you're right, Dayna. People are just crazy about it.
Now, let's talk about Gordon. He is a personality, let me tell you. And I know that you've gotten to know him through the years. You hosted a bunch of things. And in fact, before the pandemic hit, you were scheduled to go up to the Caesars in Tahoe.
Yeah, at Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, to actually help open up that restaurant too. It's, hosting the crowd that would be there and be able to be there for the first, I guess dinner or lunch or whatever it would be. So, I mean, you know Gordon pretty well.
He's great. Let me tell you, Yes, he is a very passionate guy. And the passion that you see on TV, that is real passion because he wants the best experience possible for people who come into his restaurant. He wants the guests to have the best service, the best food, just the best overall experience. So he is very passionate about making sure that the employees at his restaurants get things right. Is it played up a little bit for TV? Sure it is. Because what I've found is that Gordon is he does have that potty mouth. That's not fake.
Okay.
But he is just one of the most genuine and caring people that I've ever met. I think that he is absolutely fantastic. I've also gotten to know Christina Wilson over the years, who is now pretty much Gordon Ramsay's, right hand in his, Gordon Ramsay restaurant empire. She was winner of season 10 of Hell's Kitchen and has lived here in Las Vegas for years now. And I know in conversations with Christina that Chef Ramsay he wants to be the best mentor possible for any of the cooks, chefs who work underneath him. So he does have he fosters young talent in a very passionate way, maybe not to the degree that we see on TV, but still very passionate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I mean, listen, he is a personality. He is talented. He is an incredible chef. So he's got a lot going for him. And I think that's why, the following is so huge that he can bop from city to city all around the world, really, and do this show. I mean, it started a long time ago.
Oh gosh, I forget what year. It was early 2000s, 2001, 2003. When Hell's Kitchen first came on the air here in the U.S. And now we're starting season 19 of the show. There is now the first ever Hell's Kitchen restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip at Caesar's Palace. There's also a second location in Dubai. And the third location is up at Harvey's Lake Tahoe. And that is actually the location where the winner of season 19 will get a head chef job. They'll be working at Hell's Kitchen Lake Tahoe.
Wow. I know you know a lot about this. I know we know a lot about the upcoming season, but we've got to hold on to all that information. But folks, if you want your Hell's Kitchen dish, come back to the Vegas Revealed podcast because there's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about, and we are going to be talking to Gordon Ramsay himself right here on Vegas Revealed. I'd say probably in the week leading up to the Hell's Kitchen premiere. So really, I guess, first of the year, one of our first episodes of 2021.
I can't remember. What's his signature dish at the Hell's Kitchen here? That's what I had when I went there.
The beef Wellington.
Yes, that was it. It was so good.
And the sticky toffee pudding is to die for. It's like it has this brown butter ice cream that has like little crumbs of these crushed up cookies, I think they're brown butter cookies that are in it too. And little bits of that are inside the ice cream. Oh, it is just amazing. The mac and cheese there is delicious. They have anything that you get there is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's I don't even know if I've ever had beef Wellington, but no matter, to me, that's always going to be what I compare every beef Wellington from here on out to, because that was amazing.
It's a good one to compare to because it's one of the best that you'll have.
Oh my gosh, that was great. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about with Gordon and Hell's Kitchen coming up in January when it debuts. Let's talk shows. Something you had texted me the other morning. You said, "Did you see this?" And I was like, "No." And it's one of our fabulous shows here in Las Vegas that has taken place at the New York Hotel Casino for so many years. Zumanity is closing.
Yeah, in March, the show had to close down because really the world closed down. And then just last week, we got word that Zumanity will not be opening up again. Cirque du Soleil is the theater company that runs Zumanity, and they decided that among the shows that are not coming back is Zoomanity, which is so sad because there is not another Cirque show like it. Edie, who is the mistress of sensuality, the hostess of the show, we've gotten to know over the years. We had Edie on the podcast.
Yeah, we did.
As a matter
Did
of
live
fact,
stream with
talking
her.
about one of the drive-in drag shows that was happening, and for all of the cast and crew who are involved in Zoomanity, our hearts just go out to you. It's such a loss to the entertainment community not to have that show returning.
Yeah, and I know that it was a bit of a shock for the cast too. I think we all expect, something, I don't want to say bad could happen, but something that we hope wouldn't happen could happen during these times. But I believe from most of the cast members that I saw talking about it on social media, it was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, well, they were hopeful that
Yeah.
the show was going to come back. There really wasn't any indication to the contrary, but really, as we got a press release in our inbox, and it wasn't too long before that press release popped up that the cast was notified too. So 17 years
Amazing.
Zoomanity was staged over at New York, New York. The show is going to be dearly missed, and thank you to the cast and crew for all the years of entertainment that you've given us.
Yeah, definitely. Always great and willing to do charity work and
Yes.
appear at all sorts of stuff here in Las Vegas for so many years. We did get another release just today about a show that's actually going into that New York theater just temporarily. It looks like for the holiday season. It could extend. But this is Terry Fader. And Terry Fader has been at the Mirage for over 10 years. And then his show was supposed to close. Then the pandemic hit and the quarantine, and he never got that final show, so it's just closed. So he's moving over to New York with a show called Terry Fader, Who's the Dummy Now? And this is going to be Thursday, November 26th through December 31st. So it looks like it's for the holiday season.
And Terry Fader, you may know if you're a fan of America's Got Talent. Terry Fader won America's Got Talent, and then, of course, came here to open a show on the Las Vegas Strip, as Dayna mentioned, over at the Mirage. But yeah, Terry is going to be bringing his act to the New York Theater. He's always done a holiday show for as long as I can remember. I think his entire run, he's done a special holiday version of his show leading up to Christmas. So I imagine that holiday theme is going to trickle into this one too.
For sure. And, if folks don't know, he's a ventriloquist and a singer and a funny guy too. So there's a little bit of everything. But listen, when you see the puppets, are they puppets? Am I calling it the wrong name?
They're puppets.
Are they puppets?
Yeah, they're
okay.
puppets.
I was like, I didn't know if there was a fancier word for them. I mean,
guess a dummy?
A cast of characters. in the press release. Oh, right. Who's the Dummy Now is the name of the show.
Yeah.
So there we go. But anyway, great. Their personalities really shine in first of all, how they are designed, how he makes them speak. It's really incredible. You can't see his mouth moving. He's one of the best ventriloquists that I've ever seen. And then he sings while he's doing this. So it's incredible. And he's super talented.
And he does, for years, he's given back quite a bit to our military members as a big thank you. So, he's a big on giving back as well.
Yeah, so Terry's going to stick around here in Las Vegas. We're happy to hear that. I've been seeing him pretty active on Instagram, so if you want to check him out, he's been doing a lot of posts over there. Then we found out another show's coming back, and that's Matt Franco.
Yeah, Matt Franco, also from America's Got Talent. He has a show over at The Link, which is formerly Imperial Palace. So Matt Franco over at The Link, his show is returning on December 17th. Matt, of course, an incredible magician, and he does a great job at really evolving his magic and kind of going with the times. I know he has some iPhone magic tricks, and he incorporates a lot of the newer technology that we all now use into his illusions. And Matt's just a great guy. We've had him on the podcast too.
Yeah, and he's always good with the tricks. He did some tricks with us last time. We were like, blew our mind. I'm like, how did you do that? Yeah, so we'll welcome him back December 17th over at the Link. And then coming up, we are talking about a show that is kicking off at the Venetian just for the holidays. It sounds incredible. It's called This Is Christmas. And it's a whole cast. So we were talking about America's Got Talent, but they have a lot of cast members, or I should say contestants, from American Idol. And these next guests, Sean, I don't know. It's like, if you look at them, it's like relationship goals just goes. I mean, they look good. They're handsome, beautiful.
They're pretty much perfection.
Perfection. They're
Perfection
talented.
Together and on stage.
Talented, genuine people. I mean, the list goes on. I left there going, I really need to find a boyfriend.
So we sit down with Ben Stone and Jasmine Trias from the new show This Is Christmas at the Venetian, coming up next on Vegas Revealed.
We want to thank our sponsor, Steep Echo. It's a collection of the finest all-natural olive leaf teas.
And the best part about that is that it's all natural and caffeine-free. So now you can sip on that perfect cup of tea at night and not have to worry about staying up all night.
And that's exactly what I did. The one that I tried recently was called Repose. It was delicious. It said it had a natural rose flavor, so I was curious. And Sean, it literally tasted like roses, but it was so calming, and I loved just watching some TV and sipping on the tea in bed.
And I tried the Ascent. There were hints of vanilla and cinnamon in there. It kind of brought me back to when I would drink tea with my grandparents as a kid.
I love that. And you know what? It's time to think about the holidays. You might be thinking, I'd love to send someone some tea as a gift. Well, Steep Echo Tea has announced this new Home for the Holidays gift box. It's a curated collection of teas, recipes, and good cheer. It's all under $50, and they offer free shipping.
We have a great deal for all of our listeners. Use the promo code VegasRevealed, all one word, when you check out, and you'll get 10% off of your entire order. Really, it's a great deal, and you have until December 31st of 2020 to use the Vegas Revealed promo code.
We really think you're going to love it. Go to steepecho.com and order today.
Welcome back to Vegas Revealed. So we're excited because we have a new show that's opening on the Las Vegas Strip, and anytime there's entertainment opening, we get really excited about it, Dayna.
Oh, it's so true. And this one is holiday themed. It's called This Is Christmas. It's going to be at the Venetian Theater, which is an incredible theater. And we're so excited to have two of the members that are going to be in this show, Ben Stone and Jasmine Trias, with us. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great to see you guys.
It's great to see you in person.
I know.
This is amazing.
What a difference, huh? Not through Facebook.
Yeah, right.
They're across the room, but we can still see them, right?
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
air hugs.
And I think last time I saw you guys, I don't even think you were married then.
Is that right?
Yes. How long have you been married?
It's a couple of years now, yeah. So,
It was like a shock to me. I remember I saw it and I was like, what? Where? When?
Oh, right.
well, yeah. The funny, 2019, in contrast to this year, we travelled so much that we probably didn't see a great deal of our Vegas friends
true. Yeah.
during that year, and then obviously this year's wiped out as well. So yeah, it could well be.
Yeah. Well, listen, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well, and how has that been? I mean, going from a year, like you said, 2019, when you're traveling all over the place, and then just having the breaks put right on all of that. As performers, what was that like for you guys?
Oh, I mean, it was definitely a shock, obviously. 2019 was like one of our busiest years. And then once 2020 hit, it was like, okay, what are we going to do this year? There's, we travel so much. But you know what? It was great to just be able to enjoy being home for a time being.
For a few weeks. Yeah. And then it very quickly became, we were itching to pack a suitcase again. It's funny how quickly that changes, you know?
Yeah, but we were actually able to like enjoy being home because we're on the go so much.
Yeah.
We're actually stay home and enjoy the house.
Yeah, and we were we were joking yesterday because it was almost to the day last year. We were doing a tour over in Europe, and we were in Venice, in
That's
Italy,
right.
and then now obviously we're here at the
We're at the
Venetian.
Venetian.
So it's
Oh,
kind
wow.
of gone,
There you go.
full circle Vegas style.
Or at least a 180.
180.
Maybe not
180.
360,
Yeah.
but 180 for sure.
For sure.
Amazing. Well, Jasmine, you've been singing for years and years. Ben, you too. And I even remember when I first met you, you were doing a magic.
That's
So-
right. Yeah,
right?
yeah. My background is more in sort of variety theatre and lots of different types of magic and music and comedy and speciality performers like Cirque. So that's kind of hosting those shows allowed me to kind of flex all those different disciplines and perform in different ways. And predominantly it's a music show, but we do have a couple of magical moments, let's say, that we're really proud of that we're bringing to the Venetian Theater. So there's a few surprises in store.
Right. And what was it like, Jasmine, to get the call to be in this show? Probably exciting during a time like this.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, is this really happening? Like, are you sure? But yeah, we're just so excited to be back on stage again. Just grateful to be able to be a part of an amazing show production. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I think, not only is the Venetian Theatre here at the Venetian literally our favourite room
it's
to
like
perform
our
in.
favorite theater.
We've been lucky enough to perform here in a few one-off shows over the years, and it's just to have the chance to be here for an extended run is something we're really excited about. But the mission of the show and sort of the importance of it in terms of bringing live entertainment back to Las Vegas, and of course it's the launch of live entertainment back here at the Venetian Palazzo. So the combination of all those things, of course during a pandemic, it's given us an opportunity to kind of carry the torch for the entertainment community and try and bring back what the heart and soul of Vegas is.
Right.
Yeah, and I know people are itching to have live entertainment back, both entertainers and audiences. This show is called This Is Christmas here at the Venetian. Performances start November 27th, go through the end of December. Obviously, with a show like This Is Christmas, we're going to be hearing some of the classics. You mentioned some magical moments are going to be thrown in. What are audiences going to experience?
Well, it's definitely a family-friendly show. They'll hear loads of, their favorite Christmas songs. And this is kind of a unique holiday show in a sense that because there are Broadway performers in the show as well, there is a Broadway like mini musical in the show too. So it's like a big production, singing and dancing, and it's so much fun. It's a show that that type of show we've never really been a part of, like a big production Broadway style show. So it's kind of fun to have that element in the show and learn all the dance moves and act a little bit and
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a cast that we're proud to be part of. Every single member of the cast is a star on their own, and they could carry the show themselves. So to have that many, Broadway stars, obviously American Idol, amazing, incredible dancers, world-class band all on one stage together. And of course, it's a new discipline for us to exercise social distancing and keep everyone safe at the same time. So it's a huge undertaking by the producers, and we're really proud to be part of it and grateful to them for pushing forward and going ahead with this, because obviously safety is the most important thing for the cast, but also to make sure anyone who comes to be part of the experience is safe first and foremost. And the protocols here at the Venetian have been just really reassuring, and they've got I think over 800 protocols in place for safety measures with COVID-19, and of course we've got this beautiful 1,600 seat theatre which we're going to socially distance 250 people in, so everyone that comes to the show can feel safe that they're going to be able to come to the show but hopefully have an escape from what's going on out there in the real world for a couple of hours. So they'll hear all their favorite holiday songs. There'll be some sing-along moments. We've got a lot in store.
You've got to. I love that.
I know. And you guys, we sometimes see you doing duets. Will there be a duet? Or can you say or no?
No, that there
We
will
can,
be.
yeah.
A duet or two.
There may be one or two of those in the show. So
You guys, amazing voices, and I love when you guys sing together. Ben, you being from the UK, Jasmine from Hawaii, how did you guys decide to settle here in Vegas? Was it because of the entertainment world and the opportunities?
Yeah, exactly. I had some shows out here, and he had shows out here, and we just kind of, I had a show one weekend, and at a hotel, and he had a show the weekend after, and he came obviously the week before,
Luckily I decided to fly in
and
early
he watched,
and saw
and he
her
watched
show.
my show.
Oh!
So I first saw her on stage in the spotlight, so that was a good first impression for sure.
And then The rest
Yes.
is history.
The rest is
basically.
history.
So we were both traveling out here at the time, and then I think we were
decided.
both looking separately to come here, and then that sealed the deal for us. But yeah, it was funny. It was around the holiday time. We were just joking about this too. That at the time I was flying back home to England for Christmas and writing Merry Christmas in the snow and sending Jasmine pictures, and she's doing the same, but on the beach.
On the beach,
South.
right, in Hawaii, yeah.
In Hawaii, so we had
right.
very different Christmases, that's for sure,
Yeah.
till we got together. Yeah.
Well, and how hard has it been? I mean, having family and friends in Hawaii and in the UK, I mean, that's such a far distance to try and bridge. How have you guys been dealing with that?
FaceTime.
Yeah, technology, as everyone
FaceTime
knows, has been.
Really good.
Can you imagine without it? I mean, it's
know.
No.
yeah, it's
Oh my
it
gosh.
doesn't even bear thinking about, does it really? But that's obviously been a huge lifeline for
Yeah.
just staying connected, even with friends, that are so far
Yeah.
away. Because we do travel, we would generally for work and just to see family and friends, we probably at least a few times a year be hitting England and hitting Hawaii. So
Yeah.
to be stuck in the middle and not able to do that, like so many others, we're by no means alone in that.
Yeah.
Everyone can relate to that. So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's been tough, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just do the best that you can, right? And
Yeah. That's all you can do. Yeah.
We don't. If we were back in the day, we'd have to rotary dial, our friend on a Sunday afternoon. And well, maybe you guys aren't old enough to remember that. I am.
With the long cord that
that-
stretches into the other room.
Yeah, those were the days, man.
On the bright side, everyone's got a couple of those friends that they haven't been able to see for a year because of COVID, which has been quite convenient. So.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry. I know. I keep thinking about the holidays. I'm like, we don't have to go over the top for Christmas gifts this year, do we?
Yeah.
Like,
I know,
we
right?
can, we're all, saving a little bit.
Saving
Yes.
some anguish with the awkward uncle or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
And Jasmine, you do a lot of performances in Hawaii too, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
I do.
obviously missing that and hoping.
Exactly. But with the pandemic and everything, we've actually been able to do some virtual concerts and still be able to do some work that way over Zoom or
Yeah,
So
our stage is in our guest room at the home, our studio at the house.
we've converted like a studio in the house, and
So
we've
that-
been like filming and
Good.
recording and doing all that stuff there. So we're still able to
It's
bridge
not the
that
same,
gap a
but it's
bit.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
When I know Las Vegas is a destination that a lot of Hawaiians just love, what is your message to all the Hawaiians who want to be here so desperately right now?
Oh my gosh, I know Vegas is like the ninth island,
Yeah.
right? Well, soon enough we will meet again.
I know, really.
Aloha oi.
There we go. I love it. So, what are plans after this? Does it go with the flow? Is there anything that's been brewing in your mind to do a show together, or are you just kind of taking what comes your way? Has there been? Because I know, if I remember correctly, you guys you're like night owls. You stay up really late and you
right,
create and you come up with ideas. So I'm wondering, is there anything new in the works in your mind that you'd like to see come to fruition?
Oh yeah.
Well, we're here. What are we, midday? This is the middle of the night for us. So, obviously that's been one great benefit of having more time on our hands than normal, is that there's been a lot of project development, and we've been doing a lot of that stuff. So obviously before the call came for this show at the Venetian, which obviously is now all encompassing and long rehearsal days and taking up all of our time. But yeah, we definitely have some plans for 2021, all being well, with live shows, and also leaning into the online show as well, because obviously
Yeah,
right.
regardless of how things pan out in the next few months with vaccines and all that, it's going to be a little while before things are back to what we would consider normal. So
Yeah.
we're excited to do more together actually, and we've been building content and recording some new original music together too
Yeah.
during this time. So
Yeah.
it's been a productive time. We've done our fair share of Netflix and chill, but we have been working
Yeah.
as well.
Good. I know.
So is the new music, is that going to be something that'll be coming out in the new year?
Yeah, all being
Yes.
well. Yeah, we're sort of partway through that process, but yeah, a lot of it's written, still to be recorded. Some of it's already in the bag. So yeah, we're excited to share that, because we've done a fair amount of that individually, but to do that together is something we've been talking about for a while.
while,
So that's
so.
one plus to come out of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, with American Idol being back, it took a little hiatus. Jasmine, do you watch it all? Because I notice, it just isn't quite the same as it used to be at the beginning. So I find myself
mostly not watching it. But I don't know if
Guilty
it's
as
something
well.
that you pay attention to.
I mean, I'll pay attention here and there, but yeah, for sure, it's the format's changed a
Yeah.
little bit, and it's definitely not quite the same show as it used to be. But yeah, I'll still keep in touch with some of the producers on the show and stuff. So I kind of check in and see what's going on.
Yeah.
You generally get called over to Hawaii for the top 40 week, don't you, to mentor them? And
Oh,
stuff.
that's
And,
right.
Last couple
Yeah,
of seasons
the
you've
last
done
few
that.
seasons, they asked me to come out because they started filming the top 40 in Hawaii. So, so that was kind of a fun thing to be part of.
Great.
So yeah, so I still keep in touch with the whole production and everything.
Yeah.
So
Would you say American Idol changed your life, or do you think, you would have had the life that you have now with or without it?
Oh, no, I would not have at all. It completely changed my life. I mean, I was, young island girl at 16 when I auditioned for the show, and I had no idea, where my life would have taken me if it wasn't for that show. It just completely changed my life. And, I mean, it's just been amazing to think about, especially during the pandemic. It was like a time of reflection, and I actually had the time to really think back on my journey, and it was just crazy to think how, if I did not audition for American Idol, where would I be? I probably would still be in Hawaii. I would probably be, I don't know, a nurse or something.
Yeah, Jasmine's Filipino mother still thinks she's going to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Holding out hope.
Yeah.
Especially
We haven't
this
broken
year.
the news yet.
I know. I'm like, okay,
Listen,
Mom.
nurses are in high demand.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah, right.
She's
Oh
in the
my
right
gosh.
business. for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So, yeah, it's been a crazy ride, and I wouldn't have met my husband, Ben.
Right.
So,
Right. Everything lined up.
Exactly.
And now,
exactly.
fast forward from then to now, you're in This Is Christmas at the Venetian with big Broadway-style numbers. And when you said that, I wondered, does the choreography come easily to you guys? Because I feel like I have two left feet, and whenever it's like trying to actually learn choreography and sing along with it, that's a lot going on in your mind.
Right.
For sure, yeah. It's definitely it's been a little bit of a different approach for us, because we're pretty used to concert style performing. I mean, obviously we've done some of that together and with dancers and things, but yeah, for us it's normally head down stage, hit the center, and do your thing. So it's actually been really fun process. And of course we've got members of the cast who have been doing this on Broadway and around the world for years. So you look in left and you've got the best and cream of the crop to your left, and same to your right. So we have to try and
We have to keep up
put it
a
this
little
way,
bit.
definitely comes more naturally to Jasmine. I've got 3 left feet, like but I'm putting in the extra hours, and
I'm like
yeah.
helping him at home. I'm like, okay, you step right here.
So, but luckily, they're mini musicals within the show, so we've still got those big hitting, powerful ballads and big
Yes.
concert moments that we're used to, and then this is what Vegas and variety production is all about. It's going to be, it's a hugely ambitious production for the length of the run, and people should be really excited to see what's going to happen on stage.
Wow. And what a beautiful theater. I mean, when I stepped on it, even coming here, I was like, wow, I've never actually stood on the stage, but, I've seen Phantom and, Faith Hill and Diana Ross there, and now you guys are on that stage. It's got to feel pretty incredible.
Oh my gosh, I get chills every time I just walk on stage. It's just so beautiful and so grand, and it just makes you sing better.
It's true, though. Gotta up your game.
I think you're in the opera. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, it's definitely a European style. It feels very much like a European style theatre. Those grand, theatres that have that history, which, of course, not all Vegas showrooms, some do, but most of them are shiny and new. And even though, of course, it's a replica, I'm sure, based on some of those classic theatres, when you're in that space, the energy is very similar. So it really,
It's inspiring.
it is.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful. It's all decked out for the holidays. This is music that just makes you feel good.
Right.
Does each of you have a favorite Christmas song?
Oh, my all-time favorite has to be "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Oh,
I
good.
love that song.
Now ask her if she's singing it in the show.
Are you seeing it in the show?
Of course.
That was in the small print. That was
Amazing. That's always like the number one every year. Isn't it?
I know.
Yes.
And
it's a
Ben, what will you
feel-good
sing?
song.
I'm going to bring a little bit of the rock and a little bit of the Beatles style of Christmas over the Atlantic. So yeah, expect a little bit of that flavor too. So think of those classic Beatles Christmas songs from Paul and John, that. And there'll be a sprinkling of those. But we're excited to do some classic duets together as well that people will know, and a couple that we've done before that you guys may have seen, which we found a place for in the show. So we're excited. Yeah,
good,
love it.
And Sean and I usually do this part of the podcast where we do like our secret tips, like things that we love or things that people might not know about in Vegas, or place that we love ordering out to eat. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do you guys have any favorites you can share with the listeners that maybe people don't know about, or even if they do know about it, a place that you'd love to either go eat, order in, some type of maybe entertainment off the strip, something you'd like to do?
Oh gosh, I love to eat, so there's like a ton of places I could.
Maybe you have a favorite Hawaiian spot.
I was gonna say, where's the best Hawaiian food?
Yeah.
Well, Aloha Kitchen's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also I love ramen, so our favorite like ramen place is Jinya.
Yeah, the Jinya is pretty hard to beat on the ramen.
It's just
side,
good
so.
comfort food, you
Yeah.
know?
You always know a place in Vegas is good when it's 15-20 minutes off the strip, and there's normally a 45-minute wait
It's-
just to get in.
But
Right.
it's worth
Yeah.
the drive, and it's worth the
Yeah.
wait for us.
Yeah. And generally we'll try to hit at least a Hawaiian spot and some kind of English place, but there's not too many of those at the moment.
Sorry, I just remembered Paina Cafe.
Yeah, Paina
They
Cafe,
have these mochi donuts that are amazing, and they have like ube. Do you know ube? The ube,
No. What
the
is it?
purple. It's like a sweet potato, like purple dessert.
Oh.
And so they have like.
It doesn't sound as good as it tastes.
Yeah, I
I'm
bet
not
it tastes
selling
great.
it very well.
But it makes for pretty Instagram pictures. I see it all over Instagram
yeah,
now.
but like
The word
ube went
potato
crazy.
and dessert, you just go,
Well,
okay.
it started trending this year because even Trader Joe's started carrying the ube ice cream. And like when we walked in, I saw it in the freezer section, and I was like, oh my God, we need to buy everything in this section right here.
We
Oh
have
my
no room
gosh.
for ice in the freezer even anymore. It's
just
ube.
ube ice
Just
cream.
How do you spell it? I don't even know.
UBE.
UBE. Oh, okay.
Have you not had it?
I've never had it.
Oh my God.
No,
Yeah,
now I've
there's
got to
a-
try.
yeah,
Where is this
delivery
place you
coming to
mentioned?
you.
Where is it? Do you know?
Paina Cafe. It's in Chinatown. What street is it
Yeah, it's
on?
sort of
Spring Mountain?
Jones and
Is it Spring Mountain?
Jones and DI, that kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But they have the most incredible mochi donuts, and normally you would only be able to get that in Hawaii. So when I saw it on like an Instagram thing, I was like so excited. So
Yeah, this is like something we would normally get a box of before we get on the flight to fly back to Vegas. So
Right.
the
Just
fact
to
that it's
bring it.
now here is very difficult for the waistline, and I'm not very happy about it.
no, but they also do like poke bowls as well, and like Hawaiian food. So it's like
Okay.
an all-in-one
Yeah.
great Hawaiian.
That is an
place,
all-in-one.
Paina Cafe.
Yeah, as you probably can tell by now, my influences move much more to Hawaii. It's a bit like when we have time for vacation. It's like, should we go to cold, rainy England or should we go to Hawaii? And Hawaii always wins. So that's probably why
Right.
you're hearing all the Hawaiian food, because frankly, it's better.
Well, do you ever scoop her up and go to the Crown and Anchor? Or
Yeah,
anything?
we'll
Okay.
stop by the Crown and Anchor, or
For some mushy peas.
yeah, some mushy
Fish and
peas.
chips
Head
and
to
mushy
the Cornish pasty shop, and there's a couple of fish and chip places in town. So
Yeah.
it's definitely in moments like during the holidays when you want to feel the comforts of home when you can't get there. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
But
gosh,
we've been cooking a lot too, though.
we have, yeah. We're spoiled for choice in Vegas, aren't we? I mean, this
Yeah.
list, it's like, how long have you got?
Right.
We all know, and obviously this year's been a little different, that we haven't been out enjoying Vegas as we normally would. But
Sure.
so I don't want to necessarily name social spots right now, because I
Yeah.
don't want to encourage that. But yeah,
course.
it's yeah,
You guys
definitely.
do a lot.
Yeah.
Those were good. I like those.
Yeah.
I like the choices you gave us. Yeah, people will be
Ube.
looking
You
it
have
up.
to look up
I know.
ube,
I'm going to
Dayna.
have to. I had to get the spelling.
Oh, you'll love
Listen,
it.
well, thank you guys so much. It's been so amazing. Even just walking in here through the halls of the Venetian, it's such a beautiful property, and it does make you feel alive to get out a little bit, if you're masked and wash your hands. And I hope that everyone will, if they feel comfortable enough, come see the show and enjoy themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, certainly nobody more than us was, sheltered at home and staying like hermits at home, and
Yeah.
so that was very important for us
Yeah.
to be part of this. And when we arrived at the Venetian, immediately we were put at ease, and I think that's really, like I said, the big sort of mission of the show is really just to give people a 2-hour escape to come and feel the holidays. I mean, the song "We Need a Little Christmas" is in the show, and frankly, it couldn't sum it up better. Really, I think we all need that holiday cheer right now. And yeah, again, everyone can can feel safe and comfortable to do that. And please go on thevenetian.com or ticketmaster.com and grab tickets while you can, because of social distancing, they're going to go fast. So we've got 250 tickets a show, and that's not going to last long. So please come check it out. We look forward to seeing you.
So as you mentioned, tickets on sale right now for This Is Christmas at the Venetian Resort. Shows from November 27th through December 27th. If you're in Vegas, come on out and see the show and feel that holiday cheer. And Jasmine, Ben, thank you both so much. We appreciate seeing you.
Thanks for having us. So good to see you guys.
Great to see you.
We'll be back on Vegas Revealed. Welcome back, everyone. This is usually when Sean and I do our secret tips, but as you heard in our interview with Ben and Jasmine, we asked them for some tips this week, and I think we got some really good ones I got to even check out.
Yeah, and I think, Dayna, since we sat down with them, you've just been Googling ube and ube recipes, haven't you?
Well,
the purple potato?
I did look at it. I don't know about the recipe part.
Ooh,
I need to try it
maybe you'll
first.
have an ube Thanksgiving.
Maybe. Me, myself, and an oob.
Ube sweet potatoes? An oob.
Too funny. But listen, our tip this week, listen, we don't know the way things are going, if things are going to stay open, if there's going to be restrictions, if there's going to be curfews, what's going to happen. So I guess our tip would be to stay at home as much as you can.
Yeah.
We're trying our best. It is difficult, and we get it. And we know people on, both sides some are going, you know what, I'm going to see my family and we're going to be fine and we're going to be careful. Others just say, no way, we're just staying home. We aren't going. And I get everyone's, mentality on it. They're confused.
Well, and everybody wants to get back to the way we've always done things, but we're not at a place yet where we can get back to doing things the way that we've always done things. And I know, Dayna, personally, you and I know probably the most people right now at this point in time who have tested positive. They're not people we've come into contact with, but people that we've known for years who are dealing with having COVID-19 right now.
Yeah, and we're watching, them kind of talk about how they're doing and all that kind of thing, the process they've had to go through. But currently right now, we know at least like 5 people that have tested positive, and some of them have more symptoms than others. It's you never know. Each person is different. But one of our friends seemed to have some pretty bad symptoms throughout, but is getting better now, thank goodness. But it is that, that thing in your head that clicks and you go, oh man,
yeah,
I don't want to get that.
And that's happening here in Las Vegas, across Nevada, across the country, and really around the world. The UK had gone back into kind of lockdown mode. I know California is putting even stricter restrictions in place, and we're going to see what happens here in Nevada. But overall, our tip this week is just to stay put as best you can. Yeah.
I mean, I have definitely had to get some errands in and had to stop some places lately, and everyone seems to be most complying with the wearing a mask and being careful and being courteous of others. And if we can just keep doing that and then stay home when we feel we don't need to go out at all, that is helpful. We hope. Listen, everyone keeps saying I can't wait till 2021, and I'm like, I don't know if that's the click on the calendar that's going to change everything.
No, I think it's going to be like summer of 2021 by the time everything rolls out. But I have noticed that store shelves are once again completely wiped clean of toilet paper. What is the big fear of people? I don't get it. Like, do you think that you're just going to start crapping more? If you stay,
you just turned our podcast into an explicit. Now we have to add the E.
Well, I said crap. That wasn't my first choice of word. But, like, I just don't get the toilet paper hoarding.
I think because last time it was a thing, this time everyone's making sure that they have it. I must say, on Saturday I went to a Vons and it was fully stocked of toilet paper.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow, because my grocery store and the Costco near us have been totally wiped out.
Wow. I wonder if it has to do with, I don't know, grocery store versus store that you go to kind of fill up on those kinds of supplies.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
might be.
Yeah,
It
for
might
now
be.
anyway.
But only get what you need, people.
Yes, please, please.
Get a couple weeks worth and be good.
I know.
You don't need to buy for the rest of the, well, I guess the rest of the year now is
Yeah, a month and a half.
winding down.
It's insane.
Oh,
my God.
God.
I know.
Okay.
I updated my phone today, by the way. There's new emojis out there, and a lot of them are COVID related. I was like, are these necessary? Do we need a pair of lungs to describe? So let's do this, Sean. If I get COVID, I need to use the lungs in some. I'm gonna text
so
you
if I
the
ever
lungs.
get the lungs from Dayna Roselli, bad news bears.
Well, who's using lungs? Why do we need that as an emoji? I just don't get it. There were some really weird ones on there, like a big orangutan. Like what? Oh, just in case.
Maybe it's to raise awareness for the big orange ape.
Okay. Listen, I love watching the orangutan.
I love orange apes.
There you go. We should do a whole podcast on how, like, go through each emoji and how we would use it in a sentence if we needed to text someone something.
The emoji episode. Maybe we'll do that for number 50.
Right. Well, listen, we're all staying at home, so we might as well find something to do, and our phones have a big part of it, right?
They sure do.
Thank you for joining us, everyone, and we hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving. One day soon, we're going to get the Viva back in Viva Las Vegas.
We sure will. But in the meantime, as you're stuck at home, order some Steep Echo tea. SteepEcho.com. Use the promo code VegasRevealed for 10% off your order. Happy sips.
Yes, I've been enjoying Steep Echo as I watch The Crown. You know, it puts me in the mood, sip tea.
Oh, I guess it would, wouldn't it?
It's delicious, too. Everyone check it out for sure. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next weekend.
We'll stay up all night. All right. Let's go to Vegas, baby. Let's get away. Let's get away. Who wants to live forever when we can have the day? Say that.